In this video, you'll see how a referee went out of line and acted wrongly towards a player. You'll also see a camera guy running into Usain Bolt on a Segway. And lastly, you'll see a fan who took her clothes off while running into the field during a game. Stay tuned for all the juicy details. During a baseball game, a man in a red suit that looked like a Spider-Man ran around the field. The players trying to catch them all found themselves falling to the ground, unable to constrain the man in the red suit. He definitely gave off some Spider-Man vibes. Humans are not the only ones who enjoy a good game. It turns out animals do too. This really cool dog runs on the field during a match in progress and ends up interrupting it. He basically distracted the players and the game. We don't know the dog's owner, but we definitely know the dog's a big-time soccer fan. Thankfully, they were able to lure it out of the pitch with a belly rub for the game to go on. One female tennis player had one of the unluckiest days ever. During a game, her hair got stuck on her racket. Since she couldn't get it off immediately, she ended up losing control of the game. It was quite funny to watch her struggle to choose between smacking the ball and freeing her hair from the racket. Though she laughed it off, it was quite embarrassing to say the least. The soccer player Mario Balotelli was a bit too cocky with the ball when he tried to perform a trick shot to score a goal. Unluckily for him, his show of craftsmanship on the pitch only landed him into more trouble, as the shot was nothing more than a failed pass. Instead of scoring a goal, the ball went sideways. Mario was immediately substituted by his coach, who wasn't having it at all. Trouble ensued during an NFL match when one of the hockey players threw his hockey stick at the audience. His fans literally fought each other to own this stick. Well, one very determined fan held onto the stick tightly. He wasn't about to lose it to anyone. Things got a bit awkward at the pre-boxing event, which was meant to hype the women's boxing bout between Michaela Lauren and her opponent Cecilia Brækhus. The Swedish boxer Lauren decided to mess with her opponent, kissing her during the stare-down. Brækhus is a Norwegian unified welterweight world champion. Seeing Cecilia Brækhus's incredible fighting resume, I can understand why Lauren took it too far. Turns out such actions are quite common in boxing stare-downs. A camera guy messed up on a Segway. He ran into Usain Bolt, making him fall on the ground. That was quite embarrassing, don't you think? Thankfully, the greatest sprinter of all time didn't sustain any serious injuries and bounced back up in style. Usain Bolt is a retired Jamaican sprinter and is often considered as the greatest sprinter of all time. While the match seemed not to be favoring her, this tennis player did something very unexpected. She dares the audience to act in the strangest way. She tells the audience that the first person to kiss her opponent, Whitmire, wins a brand new car. And just like that, lots of male audience rushed into the pitch to win their prize, while Whitmire got plenty of kisses. All we know is, we're not sure if the fan actually got the car. This referee did the most inappropriate thing to a player on the field. While marking a line for the players during a Champions League soccer game, a referee let his impulses go high, spraying his vanishing foam over the face of a player. This happened after the player reacted as he sprayed foam on his fancy new boots. It was definitely a moment of comic relief for the fans, but the player didn't find it funny at all. Well, unluckily for this basketball player, he fell just right under the goalpost during a game. Since he couldn't get back up in time, the ball fell hard on him. And you can just imagine how painful that would have been. He was just at the wrong spot at the wrong time. This professional basketball player could have easily scored a goal for his team, but luck was not on his side as he accidentally loses balance and the ball hits him in the face. During a wrestling fight, a kid thought it was a good idea to hit his dad's opponent. Thankfully, he was pulled out before any serious thing happened, and the opponent saw this act as a kid's thing. We can't tell if he was asked to do so, or if he was only protecting his dad's interest. Playing right out of the goalpost, this soccer player stopped a goal, and what would have been a moment of pride for him as a defender turned out to be an embarrassing one as something else happened. Not only did the ball slide sideways out of the goalpost, but he also glided towards the goalpost, hugging it with legs apart. Oh boy, that must have been a painful experience. This professional basketball player, Mason Plumlee, during a game tried to save a ball from going out of bounds, but ended up causing a scene in the process. Unfortunately, Mason couldn't save the ball nor himself from knocking over a waitress and causing a huge mess. Mason Plumlee's currently playing for the Charlotte Hornets of the National Basketball Association. No one, not even her teammate, would have expected to be smacked with a ball, much less on the same spot twice. This tennis player, during a tournament, accidentally hits her teammate twice on the head while she was serving. It was a shocking and unexpected occurrence that made everyone laugh. Imagine being hit with a ball twice by the same person. With some of the weird moments in this video, this one shouldn't come as a shocker. This player tries to celebrate a goal, kicking it into the goalpost. Sadly, the ball backfires on him. As he kicked the ball, it bounced back at him, hitting him in the face. Maybe it just wasn't his lucky day. Maybe it just wasn't his day, but the football player Muhammad Anas celebrated his wife and girlfriend during an interview on the field. The look on his face when he realized his mistake was enough to tell you he was in big trouble. Hopefully his affirmation of love for his wife would calm the already building storm. I bet he didn't see that one coming. It's not unusual for fans to go overboard with their feelings while watching their favorite sport. This girl, who was filled with a lot of excitement, takes off her shirt and runs into the football field, drawing attention to herself. Thankfully, she got what she wanted and was led out of the field. What seemed like an upset Serena Williams got angry at the referee during a game. The record-breaking tennis player Serena accused the referee of cheating and asked that he apologize for his behavior. She pretty much called him a liar and mentioned that he'd never ever be on another court of hers again. She just may have taken it too far. Hopefully she didn't mean all that she said during her bout of anger. This is one of the most inappropriate moments in sports history. During a professional game, this tennis player hits the ball with his head instead of his racket. He probably didn't anticipate doing that, but it happened nonetheless. Anyone would know that nodding a tennis ball is against the rules of the game. This soccer player excitedly rushed off the field to kiss his wife in celebration after he scored a goal. Can't tell if it was an adrenaline rush or he just couldn't contain his excitement. Sadly, the goal was disallowed and the game continued while he was still out of the field kissing his wife. Quite embarrassing and inappropriate, I must say. During a baseball game, a pitcher went south with the ball. Her aim was way off. She literally hit the cameraman by accident. It could have been described as the worst first pitch in baseball history. But the lady was just too pumped with excitement to care if she screwed up.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works.
While some fans run into the pitch at the end of the game, this female streaker did quite the opposite. She ran into the pitch in the middle of the game, giving the security a run for their money. It took quite a lot to withhold her and move her out of the field. See you in the next episode.